Hello, this is Peter Hopford from HalSail, and in this video I'm going to talk you through the things that you might like to do when you come to the end of the sailing season and you want to spring clean your account in HalSail ready for the start of the next season. Specifically, what I'm going to talk about is sending your old season results to the Hal Archive so that people can still see them, but so that they're out of the way when you want to make alterations to your account in HalSail, and then how to spring clean your races and your results from the old season in HalSail and get rid of any boats which maybe have been sold out of the club ready for next season. So here we are. I've signed into my HalSail account, and before we do anything, as in most things to do with HalSail, when you're going to make major changes, it's a good idea to make a Hal file as a backup, just in case you do something wrong and you want to restore your Hal account to where it was before. So let's go to the admin menu, and here we are. Save the current data in your account to a Hal file. So here we are. It invents a name for that Hal file for you. You can change that if you like, but it's a name made up of the name of your sailing club, and then HalSail, and then a number which is depending on the year, the month, the day, and the time of day. So let's download that file. So it's preparing that file, and here it is. You can see down in the bottom left it's been downloaded to my computer, and I can put it somewhere safe, ready for if I ever need to use it. Now the next thing is we want to take our current results and put them onto the Hal Archive server. So let's again go to the admin menu and upload to the archive server. Now the archive server essentially takes a snapshot of everything that you've got in your account at the moment and puts it somewhere where you can still see it, you can still interrogate it, you can still see your results, but it's not part of the normal HalSail account, and you can do other things with what's in HalSail. Now I've already set up an account, an archive account, which I'm going to log into in just a moment. But if you haven't set one up yet, you can do this with the archive control panel, and there is a link, as you can see down in the bottom left hand side of the screen there. But I've already set one up, so I'm going to log into my archive account. That is not the correct login for my archive account, so let me put my correct details in, and there we are. You can see that in my archive account I've already got two archives. I've got an archive made of all the 2019 results, and I've got an archive made of something I was doing in 2017, which is a test of the Echo handicap system. So what I need to do now is I'm going to make a new archive for 2020. So I'm archiving my results from 2020 so that I can then spring clean ready for the start of 2021. So let's make a new archive. Here we are. We're going to call the new archive 2020, and let's, as notes, we'll just say club results. Create the new archive. So there it is. There's the new archive. View the current contents of it. Well, not surprisingly, there's nothing there. Now, if we select that new archive, so select this one, and then upload to archive called 2020. Here we go. We've already checked the current contents of the archive, so we can send the current results to the archive. And here we go. That's all up there. So now if I check the archive contents, here we are, you see. So here's my archive called 2020, and these are the various classes that I've got. and these are the various series, for only one series for the dinghy class, and you can see that the results are here in a very similar format to what they look like on HalSail itself, but this is not HalSail, this is the HalSail archive account, the archive server. So let's return to the home page. So here we are back on the home page, and now we're going to think about what we need to do to spring clean the data ready for next season. But just before I do that, let's talk a little bit about setting up what I'm going to do to set up my new schedule of races for the 2021 season. Now, in most clubs they tend to be fairly similar to what you did last season, so let me just show you an easy way of doing that before we spring clean away the old races. So let's just go to the schedule menu a moment, and let me list the series that were run in 2020, and you can see that, for instance, I had a spring series for the club cruisers, which was every Sunday in April, 6 races, April and May, and then there was evening races for dinghies, flying 15s, lasers and small cats, and they started at the end of April. Now suppose that we're planning to do a similar series for the spring for the club cruisers in 2021. Let me just show you an easy way of setting that up before we do our spring clean. So let's edit the series for club cruisers, the spring series. Here it is, and you can see these are our races on Sundays in April and May of 2020. Now let's just copy this series. So we're going to copy it. We're going to copy it back to the same class, the club cruisers. We're going to call it the same thing, spring series, but we're going to adjust the start times, and we want the races to start 52 weeks after these. So in other words, 52 weeks, not 1 year exactly, but 52 weeks. So they will still be on a Sunday. So they will still be on Sundays in April and May 2021. So let's create that new series, and here it is. So we've got 6 races for the club cruisers on Sundays in April 2021. And if we now go back to the list of series, you can see here we are. We've got the 2020 series for club cruisers, and here we got the 2021 series for club cruisers. Now in a minute when we spring clean, we're going to get rid of the 2020 ones and just leave the 2021 ones. And if we want to, of course, we could do the same thing for the dinghies, the flying 15s, the lasers and the small catamarans. Right. So now let's talk about the spring clean itself. So let's go to the schedule menu, and right down the bottom here, spring clean. So what this does essentially is remove all series whose final race starts before a particular time and date. Let's just change that to the 1st of January, which is a more logical thing. So we're going to remove all of the 2020 series whose last race starts before midnight on the 1st of January 2021. Update the series to be selected, and there we are, it'll be the same thing actually. So go ahead and delete these series, confirm, there we are. Now the only series I've got left is the spring series for club cruisers. Of course, if I had done what I did for the other classes that I did for the club cruisers spring series, I would have the 2021 series for them already set up. But since I didn't do that, I would now have to go and create new series for them in the usual way. So here we are. I've done my spring clean, and if I now go to the schedule menu and list the races, you will see that I've just got the races I put in for the spring series in 2021 in April and May for the club cruisers. And if I go to the results menu and open the public links and QR codes page, which gives me the links I need to see all my results. So if I just go to the general club link, it'll tell me all the results I've got in my account, and not surprisingly there aren't any. We spring cleaned away all of the 2020 results and haven't put any in for 2021 yet. Now if I go back and have a look at the public links page again, one thing you might like to notice is that there is a link to your archived results on the archive server. So if I click that, you will see that my results from last year are in this archive called 2020, which you remember I set up, and all of your last year's results are in there in a very similar format to what you would have seen in HalSail itself. So back to the home page. That's all there is to spring cleaning your HalSail account ready for the next season. Here's wishing you a much better sailing season in 2021 than I think most of us have had in 2020.